family and friends. This is Rob, your sapper gardener, and I am out running errands today. I've got to go get a little bit more straw for another project that we're doing out in the garden, and I figured while I'm out and about I can take the time to respond to a question tag that was posed to our channel by Lisa over at Barkley Homestead. She posed the question, what type gardener are we? She went into her thoughts on the subject. Are you a sower? Do you enjoy, the process of putting seeds and seedlings in the ground? Or are you a harvester? Do you get your major enjoyment when you harvest the seeds of your effort at the end of season? And I guess in our family, at least, we have definite roles that we seem to slide into. And myself, I'm a bit of a dreamer, a planner. I like to think about things, even though sometimes that can be a drawback too, because I know a lot of folks fall into that paralysis by analysis, and I've been at that point too. But I love to plan things out. I love to sit down and try to be creative on what we're doing, where we're putting things, how we can fit the most into our garden. I love trying out new seeds, sowing them, and I guess I've always been that way, even when not in the garden. One of our former videos I talked about, I like to create characters. I've always done that since I was a child. Different things inspire me to, create different characters, create different stories kind of in my head. Even back to when I first started watching YouTube, it was amazing when I could sit and watch amateur-made videos, where they would take, cartoon characters, movie characters, manga characters, and make short videos set to, popular music, what was going on. And, that was kind of what happens inside my head at times. If I'm listening to a song, I'm almost thinking of a movie or a scene to go along with that, even if it's separate from, the music video that's, officially put out. So I've always had a little bit of creativity, that translates over to the garden. And to me, sowing is the release for that creativity. I can sit and I can plan, trellises. I can plan how things are going in different beds. And to me, that's a creative process. And my wife, Mrs. SG, she's the opposite. She loves to harvest. I won't say she doesn't care where things go, but she doesn't overthink it as much as I do. As long as we get things in, she's happy. Sometimes she'll ask me, or is it okay to put these plants together, especially if we're doing seedlings or onions and things. She's not sitting down researching and doing a lot of the stuff that I do, which is fine, because you don't need two people doing that. She just wants to get it in the ground, have it grow, and harvest the fruits of our labor at the end. So I guess, Lisa, the answer for us in our garden passions is I'm definitely a sower, and Mrs. SG is definitely a harvester. And it's great. I don't know if there's any gender specific reasons for why, but in our household, that's the way it is. I enjoy sowing the seeds, and she enjoys harvesting the fruits of our labor. And thankfully that works out well for us. I get to do a lot of work in the spring to get the garden ready, and she does help, and the boys help. But once we get everything going and growing, we set our sprinkler system, we set our water schedule. I do most of that, and the fertilizing of the garden beds. But when it comes time to harvest, I can sit back and take a little bit of a break, because she enjoys that. She enjoys getting food and helping to store it, and the meals that come from it. So that works out well for us. So I did not think of any other channels to tag in this. I'm sure there are some out there who would enjoy it. Maybe UT over at UT 33200 and him and Angel. It'd be nice to know their roles as far as the gardening and whatnot. I think it would be great for them, if they have not already been tagged, to hear their thoughts on it. Maybe Irene and Henry over at Brainstorm Acres. It would be nice to hear their thoughts on it. I know they're busy in their garden now too, but if they could, take the time to share their thoughts on which of those two is the harvester, which is the sower, or are they both? Or it'd be nice to know from them as a couple also their roles out in the garden. And anybody else who wants to participate in the tag, you're more than welcome. I appreciate Lisa thinking of us. And with that, I'm going to focus on the road and go run these errands, and hopefully get back. It's sprinkling outside now. Hopefully get back before the floodgates open and release the hounds of war upon my truck. So this is Rob, the Sapper Gardener, representing Essayons Family Garden. God bless our great country, America. God bless you wherever you may reside around the world. God bless your garden, your allotment, your homestead, that you have bountiful meals in your kitchen to have, did I say meals? Bountiful harvest in your kitchen to have wonderful meals, and of course your family to have health, success, and prosperity. So this is Rob, Sapper Gardener, on the road again.